Gentlemen, it's Lucas from ContentFries, and this is next episode of Content Fridays. Today I have huge news. I think this is something that's defining our path, our progress in the future, and that's something I really think you will love, and that will be a game changer for all of us, for ContentFries users, for every content creator and every person that wants to get the most out of his content and repurpose his content strategically. And before I go into it in depth, let me show you just the ContentFries 2.0 phase number one progress, which is available. Maybe you are not aware of it, but you can access ContentFries 2.0 in a preview version. Inside your profile, you can find this link right here, which says ContentFries 2.0 preview. When you click it, you will go to the preview version of 2.0, which is currently not, production ready, but you can test it, you can use it maybe for your particular use case. It's okay, but there are some things that has to be, ironed out to make this a fully, full replacement for the current version. And speaking of 2.0 version phase number one and the progress, you can track the progress on the roadmap right here. When you go to links.contentfries.com/roadmap, you can see the stuff, the task, and all of the subtasks that are required, to finalize the 2.0 phase number one version. And let me show you the progress that we did since last week. And as you can see, there is few tasks left to finish this huge beast. And the first thing is that there is the filter available. Let me just check OBS. Okay, everything is hopefully fine. And you can use the filter, which is really more advanced than anything that's there currently, because you can filter by the name, by folder, by the duration of the video, and also we will add attributes like created, when the content piece was created, and when it was last accessed or opened, and when it was, exported, and by all the contexts. So you will be able to filter your pieces of content by if it contains, Facebook context or YouTube, TikTok, or anything like that. Let me show you how it works. And just I will reset the filter like this. And for example, I would like to find all pieces of content that are in this folder, and only those that contain the word news. And also I can apply some filter, but there is just one piece of content like this. Maybe when I go to all and filter, only longer than 2 minutes. As you can see now, I have only pieces of content that are longer than 2 minutes. And, you can really create complex filters, and there will be also functionality to save filter. So you don't have to, set it from the get-go every time you want to filter something that is some common in your use case. Okay, so these are filters and stuff, but the thing that I'm currently most excited about is something that is not available right now, and I have to warn you, because this is something that might not look fancy when I show it to you. I mean, from the visual perspective, and but it is a game changer. This is something that will open up extreme amount of new possibilities. Basically, I think probably everything video related will be possible at least from all the basic stuff that you do in video editors. And let's just stop, talking and instead start showing. So it's not available anywhere on the you know I'm not sure if you can see the screen. Let me go there one more time. Okay, I need to log in because I have it on a different computer. Hopefully, okay. And now I'm here, and this is the experimental version of Context Editor 2.0. I would say the context editor, when we finish this will be much more like context editor 10.0 when we compare it with the current version of context editor, because it will have all the features and features, no, all the features and stuff that the current context editor have, but also it is really optimized for also long videos. So chances are that the trimmer and context editor in the 2.0 version will be in one tool, so you don't have to toggle between potatoes and fries and stuff like that, but instead use every feature of ContentFries in one place, in one simple to use tool. And this also provides you with stuff like so you can remove silences and filler words and everything like that from one place, and also edit the video and edit it in a way that's really powerful. And let me show you. Currently, what you see here is a video, and there is some data on the backend, on the background, and ContentFries loads that data, and you can have all the components and layers and stuff in your scene. Basically, this is scene, and that scene is something that you work on. Let's just call this fry. Okay, this is a particular fry. Let's just assume this fry is a square format, because it is. It's for Facebook, for example. And now to do exciting stuff, and that's when I play the video. Notice I have one layer which is on, you can see it because it's really barely visible, and there is a second layer here, and this layer has video number 1 and video number 2. And when I was playing with this, there was okay, I will say more about that a bit later. Okay, so let me just start the video. And okay, and what just happened? And it might appear it is lagging or something like that, and the reason for that is because I'm live streaming, and I'm also live streaming screen from other computer to which I'm connected via Wi-Fi. Okay, so other than that, this is perfectly performant, and there is no lag in a real use case in the real device. And as you can see, now I have one video which is on the background, and then I have second video which is on top of the video. So this is basically a support for video layers, so you can add as many videos into your fry or into your whatever as you want. And this opens up a lot of possibilities, but not only videos, but also GIFs and transparent GIFs and stickers and animated emojis and anything like that. And also, when you compare or when you think about that, you can also add animations like these that we have in the experiments stuff. So combine all of this together and you have a really powerful tool. And now I would like to show you this stuff right here, this little line that you see here, and watch what happened when we play the video. Okay, so as you can see, this little line right here is basically keyframe or transition or animation, or call it as you want. And as you can see, the video here fades out when it plays this stuff, this keyframe. Okay, so it is fading out, and now it is completely invisible, and there is just a white background. When we play again, as you can see, there is a next keyframe or animation or whatever you call it, which is making this video larger. So I can, by the way, as you can see, go one frame in the front or rewind one frame. So as this is how it works. And let me start the video again. And there we have this white dot. And what this does is, this is something like a keyframe, but it has no duration. So this is really useful for stuff like zoom in and out, depending on the subtitle, for example. As you can see, many content creators are zooming in and out in their videos immediately, depending on the actual subtitle that is there. You will be able to automate everything like this in ContentFries without lifting a finger. It will be one click and you will really produce engaging, beautiful video that zooms in and out. And then you will be also able to change the keyframe and turn it into animation, so it will not zoom in immediately like here, but instead it will zoom in, like this. Okay, so you will be able to customize it as you want. And those are the two types of keyframes. Okay, so some keyframe that's animating from one setting to another, so it rotates the video or image or anything else, or scales it up and down, or change its position, or basically customize and animate any attribute of the element, or the immediate that do exactly that, but without any kind of animating. It's immediate. And there is animation, and animation is something like this. And we have a couple of animations that might be super useful, and really they look incredible, but I don't have any transition or animation in this video. Probably I can show you some animation next week, or some animation so you can imagine it better, but those are kind of like 3D effects and transitions when you have, for example, situation like this, when one video is overlapping the other, and ContentFries will animate a really beautiful transition between those two, and also in every other aspect or layer. Okay, so that's the context editor. Some pre-alpha versions, some really quick experiment, but those things behind the scenes that are now done are extremely important to make this 10 times better than what it is now. And also our graphic designer is now working on the layout and on the visual of the interface, so everything looks not only just familiar, but also nicer and better than what it is right now in the current version of ContentFries. So let me just recap everything in the context editor 2.0. Everything that's in the context editor right now in the current version will be in context editor 2.0 as well, but also with the support of keyframes and animations and all those fancy stuff, and zooming in, zooming out, and whatever. And then we can also add more types of audiograms, more call to action elements, like some animation that pops out, so it is some kind of call to action for your audience to subscribe on your YouTube channel or like the video or stuff like that. And the goal is to have everything in the context editor necessary, so you don't have to use some video editor, okay, or at least for all the basic stuffs like keyframes, and that's I think that's basic. And also audio settings and everything that you consider to be basic in video editors will be in the context editor 2.0 as well, so you don't have to combine multiple stuff. And the as you saw, the video layer support in the new context editor is now basically done. It's working, it's functional, it's optimized, it works really great. And to implement something like this to the current version of ContentFries, it's honestly a nightmare. And that's why we decided to make a minor change in our roadmap and in the releasing cycle. And instead of focusing on the social media integrations this month, our top priority right now is 2.0 version with the new context editor, so you can add and use all those animations, effects, and not only that, but everything I showed you is also applicable to subtitles. That means you will be able to create extremely powerful subtitle animations, something that's even unimaginable right now, because you will be able to combine everything with animations like these, and we can create dozens or even hundreds of animations like this, and you can apply them to subtitles. And with all the transitions and all the keyframes and all the stuff, that's extremely powerful combination. And that means this is currently our top priority, because also I believe when I looking into Facebook group and at the community, the most common question is how can I do video subtitles like this? And then people upload some kind of fancy video from TikTok or Instagram shorts or whatever, where subtitles are animating and dynamic and something like that. And it's cool, it looks really great. And why not rush it? Why not make it the most, the highest priority? And when we finish this, when we deliver to you really powerful and super usable context editor 2.0, then we can add the social media integrations. And this has also one huge benefit, and that's that when I, for example, in the current version of context editor add emoji like this, and then I export the video, in the exported version the emoji will be slightly different. And the reason why this is happening is because basically Apple has these emojis as its intellectual property. And also when we renders it on the rendering server, it use a different operating system that has different set of emojis. And in the 2.0 version, it will be synchronized. It will be the same. What you will see in the 2.0 context editor will be in the output. It will be, no more surprises that, for example, your browser see things slightly differently than the rendering server and it messes things up. And the 2.0 will not have this attribute or this stuff. And everything what we learned from the last 2.5 years or whatever will be much better in the 2.0 version. And basically that's it. The way the current context editor works is that you upload the video, and the context editor works with the video, and it uses it and it plays it, and it's incredibly challenging from the development perspective to add support for additional, video layers and GIFs and stuff, you can, for example, add a background video that's there, that's live, that's something that you can use. But this is only, and by the way, this is, I think, a great tip. Maybe you are not aware of it, which can make your video looks much better, at least from my perspective. Let me just show you when I play the video and turn this into white color. Just a quick tip, and also subtitles to white color. As you can see, it looks, let me just mute the tab. This look nicer, okay, with some kind of, abstract video layer that's looping in the background. So that's something that you can do right now. And in the 2.0 version, we also have abstract video generator that can make animations like these on the fly, and then export your video with, it's just incredible. And I'm extremely excited about the progress that we made on the 2.0 version from this perspective related to the context editor. And I think that's something that you deserve. And also support for long form video content. The 2.0 version of context editor will also, I think I was talking about this earlier, but maybe you joined later. It will also support, videos. Currently, when you upload video that's, maybe 20, 30 minutes or longer, then you can hit performance issues in the context editor. That doesn't apply to the trimmer, and the trimmer is the way where you should handle all your long form content. But in the 2.0 version, basically this limit will not be there, because it's optimized and built from the ground up for speed, and it's really only using what has to be used, and everything is much better in the 2.0 version. And I'm extremely excited to see this happening. And we will see next week. Hopefully we can do some kind of live experiment available to all of you, so you can play with it and maybe rearrange layers and components, and maybe set some transitions and effects, and see how it works. And this will take a few weeks definitely to complete, because it's really like building a video editor. But we are using everything we can and doing everything we can to do this as soon as possible. And also we will see how fast our graphic designer will be able to create the layout and connect everything together. Okay, so the functionality is a huge progress. The layout that's also happening behind the scenes, and also everything else. Okay, so that's for today. That's today's episode of Content Fridays. Let me know what you think about this. Feel free to ask any questions. I don't have the Restream or Facebook opened right now, and I have to run to my daughter right now and son to put them to sleep. But when I go to the computer later, I will definitely reply to all your questions. Okay, so thank you very much for your support, and I will see you next week. Have an awesome weekend, guys.